All right, everyone, welcome back to the podcast. Today we're diving into a phrase that really resonates with me, and I think it's a cornerstone of how we approach life. Earned, not given. What do you all think when you hear that? What immediately comes to mind?
Oh, immediately, I think of the sheer satisfaction that comes from achieving something you've really poured yourself into. It's a different kind of joy, isn't it? Not just a fleeting high, but a deep, lasting sense of accomplishment.
Yeah, exactly. For me, it's about the effort, the grit. It's not just about the outcome, but the process, the grind, the long nights. You look back and you can trace every step that led you there. That ownership is huge.
And it makes you appreciate it so much more. When something is just handed to you, it almost feels hollow. But when you've genuinely worked for it, when you've struggled and learned and grown, that's when it has real value. It sticks with you.
Hollow is a great word for it, Ruby. I remember once I got a promotion, and honestly, I felt like it was because of luck or timing rather than pure merit. And it felt weird, like I didn't quite deserve it. That feeling is so different from when you know you've put in the hours, mastered the skills, and actively pursued it.
I totally get that. It's almost like imposter syndrome, but from the other direction, where you're handed something and you don't feel like you've earned the right to possess it, like the universe made a mistake.
Right. And it ties into personal responsibility too. When you have an earned, not given mindset, you're not waiting for opportunities to fall into your lap, you're creating them. You're actively seeking ways to add value, to improve, to make things happen for yourself.
Absolutely. It shifts your perspective from being a passive recipient to an active participant in your own life. And that's empowering. It gives you control, which is something we all crave, really.
So let's talk about the practical side of this. How do we cultivate this mindset? Because it's easy to say work hard, but sometimes the path isn't clear, or we get discouraged.
I think it starts with reframing failure. Instead of seeing it as a roadblock, see it as a stepping stone. Every mistake, every setback is just another lesson learned. You earned that lesson, It's not a defeat, it's data for your next attempt.
Spot on, Anna. And breaking down big goals into smaller, manageable steps is crucial. Each small step completed is a mini win, and you earned that win. It builds momentum and reinforces that effort leads to progress. It's like building a wall, brick by brick. You don't just magically have a wall.
Yes, and celebrating those small wins. Don't just rush to the next thing. Acknowledge the effort you put in. Give yourself that pat on the back, because that fuels you for the next challenge. It's not just about the big trophy at the end, it's about all the little victories along the way that you've earned.
That's a powerful point, Ruby. We often get so fixated on the end game that we forget to appreciate the journey. And the journey, when you're earning it, is where all the real growth happens.
It's where you develop resilience, too. When you hit those inevitable bumps and you have to figure it out, you build that mental toughness. It's not about avoiding hardship. It's about learning how to navigate it and come out stronger on the other side. That strength is definitely earned.
And it makes you a better problem solver. If everything's just given to you, you never learn how to troubleshoot, how to innovate, how to pivot. Those are invaluable skills in any aspect of life, not just career. Even in relationships, you earn trust, you earn respect, you earn understanding.
Oh, that's such a good point, William. Earned, not given isn't just about professional success, it's about personal relationships too. You don't just get a good friendship, you earn it through presence, loyalty, and effort. Same with family bonds even.
That's a fantastic expansion of the concept, Ruby. It's not just about material gains or career milestones. It applies to character too. Integrity, wisdom, empathy, these aren't handed out, they're forged through experience, reflection, and intentional choices.
It really changes how you view people, doesn't it? When you see someone who's achieved great things and you know they've put in the work, there's a different level of respect there. You admire the journey as much as the destination.
And conversely, when you see someone who expects everything to be handed to them, you can often spot the lack of depth, the lack of real understanding or appreciation for what they have. There's a certain fragility to success that isn't earned.
Totally. It's like a house built on sand versus a house built on rock. When you've earned it, you have a solid foundation because you know you can rebuild if it all crumbles. You've done it before, you know you have the tools and the resilience.
That's such a vivid analogy, Ruby. So what are some pitfalls we need to watch out for when trying to live by this earned, not given philosophy? Because I imagine it's not always sunshine and rainbows.
Well, one pitfall is burnout. If you're constantly striving and never taking breaks, never acknowledging when you've done enough for the day, you can run yourself into the ground. Earned doesn't mean exhausted. It means effective effort.
That's a big one, Anna. Also, sometimes people misinterpret earned, not given, as meaning you shouldn't accept help or mentorship. That's a mistake. You still earn the benefit of advice or collaboration by being open, by applying what you learn, by respecting the wisdom of others. It's not about being a lone wolf.
Exactly. It's not about isolating yourself, it's about taking ownership of your path. And another pitfall, I think, is comparing your earned journey to someone else's seemingly given journey. Everyone has different starting lines and different obstacles. Focus on your own race.
That comparison trap is real. It's so easy to look at someone else's highlight reel and feel like you're falling behind, even if you're putting in the work. We have to remind ourselves that often, what looks given has a whole backstory of earned that we just don't see.
Definitely. Or sometimes it was genuinely given, but then they have to earn the right to keep it, to maintain it, to grow it. Like an inheritance, for example. You didn't earn the money, but you earn the responsibility of managing it wisely.
That's a great distinction. The maintenance phase is still part of the earned journey. You have to continually put in effort to sustain whatever success you've achieved. It's not a one-and-done deal.
Life is a continuous earning process. You earn new skills, new knowledge, new experiences every single day if you show up with that mindset. It's a beautiful way to live, honestly.
It absolutely is. So let's wrap this up with a final thought from each of you. What's one key takeaway you want listeners to remember about earned, not given?
For me, it's that the value isn't just in the destination, but in the person you become through the process of earning. That growth, that resilience, that self-knowledge, those are invaluable and truly earned.
My takeaway would be to embrace the grind. Understand that discomfort is often a sign of growth. Don't shy away from the hard work, because that's where true strength and lasting satisfaction are forged.
And I'd say, celebrate your efforts, not just your outcomes. Every step forward, every bit of sweat and dedication is something you've earned. Own it, be proud of it, and let it fuel your journey forward.
Wonderful points, everyone. And I'll just add that living by earned, not given, empowers you. It puts the control squarely in your hands. It reminds you that your potential is limitless, not because it's a gift, but because you have the power to create it. Piece by painstaking, glorious piece. Thank you all for this incredible discussion. And thank you to our listeners for joining us on this journey of earning our way.